Hello, Aluxers. Can you believe 2021 is almost over? We sure can't. It feels like it all went by in a blink of an eye, but when we look back in retrospect, this was one of the most interesting years in our journey, so what better way than to go through the valuable things we learned this year in a two-part series. Since this is one of the last Sunday motivational videos for the year, we're going to end on a strong note. Welcome to alux.com. The place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Here are the 15 most valuable things we learned this year at Alux. Number 1. Success is all about your team sharing your long-term vision. Everybody says that this should be the case, but it rarely is. Teams and the people you work with are not incentivized the same way you are. For some of them, this is just a job they do. What we learned is that when employees are actually connected to the long-term vision, productivity increases and you're making leaps when you would have otherwise been making steps. Here at Alux, we have this vision of improving the lives of 1 billion people through education. We want to build tools and use our platform in order to help as many people as possible to understand what it takes to have a good life. Sure, money is an important piece of the puzzle, but there's more to it than that. Alux is not just a YouTube channel. The channel is the billboard that we use to advertise what we do and hang out with the community. With the vision better defined, we welcome 2022. And we can't wait to share our game plan for the future with all of you. Number 2. Make sure everyone has skin in the game. You probably don't realize this, but behind Alux, there's an entire team of people who are focusing their efforts to making this happen. And some of them are more than just employees. In order to make giant leaps into the future, people need to have skin in the game, which is why this year we decided to change the financial structure of the company. Myself, the person reading the scripts on our channel, as well as one of our top managers, were granted stock in Alux Inc. We are officially partners, and together with our CEO, we're ready to explode Alux into what it really can be. Sorry to break the fourth wall like that, so back to the script. When you have skin in the game, the outcome affects you personally. In business, there's no superior incentive to this. If this works out, everyone involved gets to share a piece of the big reward. We encourage you to look at your most valued employees and find the ones who are committed to the long-term vision and then give them a fair seat at the table. It's the only way to align everyone. Number 3. Getting everything you ever wanted forces you to reevaluate things. On a personal level, this year brought a wake-up call for us. We've officially crossed into a new area of wealth, where unless we screw things up really bad consistently, we'll probably never be poor again. Our passive investments have gotten to a point where wealth simply builds itself. The wake-up call came one morning when we realized that this moment right here was what we were fighting towards. This was the big motivator to put in 16-hour days for years. This point in our financial journey is what our younger selves dreamed of getting at. It took us roughly 10 years to go from barely being able to afford food to being able to afford anything we want. And we're saying this not to boast, but it's something nobody shared with us because nobody where we're from ever got to a point where we find ourselves at. We made a name for ourselves. We're self-made multimillionaires. We bought the penthouse, the car, and all the toys we want. Nobody tells you that once you get everything you ever wanted, your life glitches. You don't know what to do next. You need a challenge. Everybody thinks they would stop, sit on a chair on a beach somewhere, sipping cocktails, but that's not the truth. We've sampled everything the super rich do in terms of activities just to see what it's like, and what we realized shocked us. We find purpose in work, in solving problems, in creating value for others. Since this level of wealth is now our new bottom, we can do anything we want. For the first time in our lives, we feel truly free. So, what should we do with this freedom? Well, Aluxers, we want to change the freaking world by freeing everybody else through the kind of education that we had to figure out for ourselves. Number 4. When the opportunity shows up, bet big. Since we weren't born into money, we never realized what betting big actually meant. There's only one bet you can make in life. Bet on yourself. Do that over and over again until you get everything you want. Only after this bet works out do you find yourself in a position to bet big on things that feel right. In order to bet big, there are 3 ingredients you have to have: 1. The opportunity, 2. The timing, and 3. The betting power. In most cases, money, time, or both. But you can't take full advantage of all three unless you're in a strong position yourself. The truth is, you're lucky if you get 1 or 2 life-changing opportunities. So when they present themselves, when you've been training and preparing for this moment, bite hard and do not let go. Bet big. Use every skill you've acquired to boost your chances of success. You minimize the risk of an investment through education. Number 5. Life is a constant game of leveling up. We touched on this a bit earlier, but this is a good opportunity to dive deeper into it. One thing that we've learned is that we as humans find purpose in growth, or at least a subsection of the population that's similar to us does. We thrive only when we're moving. We only stand still to rest or to get a glimpse of how far we've come. But for the likes of us, the climb is never over. This might come as a shock, but to a handful of you, there will never be a finish line. There isn't a number or a lifestyle that you can get to and think to yourself, well, I'm done now. This happened to us once we crossed what we thought was our goal wealth threshold. A friend of ours sold his company a few years ago for a ridiculous sum of money. We recently caught up and we specifically asked him about the weight on his shoulders and if that goes away after the sale. He told us the exuberance lasted him about 3 months. 6 months after, he was depressed and going insane. You don't know it yet, but your life derives purpose from work. We genuinely love working and solving difficult problems. It just so happens the reward for that is more money. Even if you don't need it, you know how to put it to good use. You only win this level up game when you accept it as part of the process. We just want to hang out with great people and make cool shit happen that has a positive impact. Number 6. Being a lone wolf is the harsh road. And it doesn't have to be that way. We spent the first half of our financial journey locked in a room working 12 to 16 hours a day trying to prove to the world and all of our haters that we can do it on our own. There was never anyone around who would help us, so we brute forced it. Find something that works, do it over and over and over and over again. Do, learn, improve. Do, learn, improve. This has been a single and constant loop for a good portion of our adult life, and it got us to where we wanted to go. Now, magazines want to talk to us, awards are shipped from overseas, and people ask us what the secret is. We wish there was a glamorous secret that we could share with you, but there isn't. It was painful, stressful, and we had to sacrifice, willingly, what a lot of the things our peers were enjoying. We're proud of making it on our own. There's a self-made label that nobody can take away from us. It's actually only this year when things dramatically changed for us. We're now sitting on the board of an investment fund where every decision and action is taken collectively. What would take us 2 or 3 years to do on our own gets solved in a matter of weeks by pooling in our resources, connections, and know-how. Getting rich on your own is the hard way. The new rich are no longer lone wolves. They all come together and accelerate their progress. It doesn't matter how strong you are. If you're competing against a group, it's just a matter of time until they win. So find people who are just as driven as you, people who historically are lone wolves, and bring all of you together. The benefits of the pack, where everyone is pulling their own weight, are mind-blowing. Number 7. Your rewards are in proportion to the mastery of your skills. Here's something most people don't understand. Our rewards are in proportion to the ability to generate value for others. These other people are willing to exchange money for the value they receive from you. This year we've learned 2 separate lessons about monetizing your skills. 1. You can't ask for higher rewards if the value you generate stays the same. One of our employees has been performing poorly for a while now, and despite his lack of performance, he was adamant he deserved a 70% raise. The lesson we learned is always tie compensation to the amount of value someone is able to generate. When it comes to our employees, we're in an exploratory phase where they get the opportunity to shift focus toward other segments of the business. If they fail, they'll be replaced. This is why we love performance-based competition. If you're really good, there's no cap to how much value you can generate for your business and in return capture a fair portion of that for yourself. and 2. The second one has to do with the refocusing of your skills and expertise in areas that are in a high monetary threshold. And here's what that means. Let's say you're a great logo designer. If you're designing a logo for your local print shop, you can charge a few $100. But if you're a really great logo designer, the same skill and effort can be deployed for a multinational company and charge $250,000 to $500,000 for a logo. The impact of that logo to the company is exponentially higher than the local print shop, even in terms of costs. Here's how you should think about it. The local print shop will spend under $1,000 to get that logo on the door on their mugs and business cards. The multinational company will spend over $1 million on merchandising, printing that logo on their delivery boxes and sharing it with hundreds of thousands of people over social media. If the logo fails, the print shop doesn't take that big of a hit, but the multinational company loses millions. The more you master your skill, the more people trust you not to screw it up, and not screwing it up comes with a premium that big companies are willing to pay for. Everything we've learned in the tech and media space translates well into the Web3 economy, so best believe that our rewards are in proportion to our expertise. Number 8. How long something takes is in proportion to how much time you allow for it. It's no secret that something big is coming next year. We've been working on the development of this technological product since 2020. We're talking about the ALUX app. In order to keep it honest and real with all of you, it was supposed to go live this autumn, but we weren't ready. We hold ourselves and our community to such a high standard, we simply couldn't deliver an inferior product just to say we hit our launch date, so we invested more money, more time, and more effort into it. This is the luxury and the curse of having time and money on your hands. If we only had 12 months to get this done, the app would already be on our phones and you'd already have value from it. But since there's no rush, we took it slow and we're disappointed because of it. It's the first time we've ever missed a deadline. So we're working diligently to make sure the quality makes up for the waiting time. The lesson was, if you give yourself 10 hours to do something, it'll take you 10 hours. If you give yourself 30 minutes to get it done, it'll take you 30 minutes. Number 9. It takes getting rich to value time over money. We've been saying this for years, but never before have we experienced it to this degree. It's shocking that while your wealth rises, it changes just how much you value your time. We're not meeting people for coffee unless it's worth it for us. We'd rather spend that time on ourselves. The investment fund we sit on the board of offered us a stupid amount of money to join them full-time. We said no because we already have money, so even more money wouldn't make that much of a difference in our life. But being every day at an office where you have to sacrifice your time and brain power was simply not a trade we were willing to make. We love enjoying our time on this tiny rock floating through space. You'll know you got there when you realize sometimes more money is just too expensive. Number 10. The opportunity window is closing, and if you don't move fast, you'll miss it. There's a time and place for everything. The problem is, you don't realize that the window of opportunity is closing and you need to capitalize on it right now. Content is big right now, but so is the competition. When we started ALUX, there was no motivational channels on YouTube. You had 1 or 2 money conferences from 2009 to 2010, and people weren't willing to share their knowledge on YouTube for free. This is why ALUX blew up. We shared for free what others were offering for money, and we did it in an honest and transparent fashion. The market doesn't wait for you to get yourself ready. The market moves as it wants to move, as it needs to move for it to change into something better. If we postpone this evolution of ALUX, it might just be too late. The app is coming early next year and we're revamping our content to better fit the needs of our community. And we can't wait for you to experience the new ALUX. Number 11. It feels good not feeling the need to impress other people. If there's one thing that's completely changed, it's our inner need for other people to realize just how great we are. This need comes from knowing and living our potential and people doubting it. We wanted everyone in our circle to give us the respect we believed we were worth based solely on potential. The wake-up call was when realizing that you need to prove yourself first and then they'll notice. The even bigger wake-up call came when we realized we no longer need the approval of others. We wanted our own approval. We wanted to be certain that what we believed to be our potential is real and we're able to execute on it. Now we say no all the time. If early on we shielded our insecurities in arrogance, now we live in a constant state of gratitude. Socially, we can be humble now because our results speak for themselves. Number 12. Life is the thing that happens while you're chasing after your goals. This is by far the quickest year to go by in our entire life. It was just so fast. The lesson we learned is to make sure to add life to your everyday. Invest in making memories. If you don't have money to invest, then invest time. Invest effort. When we look back on this year, or any of the years before, very few select moments come to mind, but we remember those vividly. Those moments when we felt at peace or explored something new with someone we love. It's the things we did for the first time. It's the way we felt in specific moments. It's the new people we've met and the memories we made with them. Don't wait to begin your life. Don't wait to be rich to enjoy life. Don't wait for an imaginary number to come to fruition before you realize life is going through you every second. You're alive right now, listening to these words. If there's one thing we want you to do next year is to live more, be alive more, be more impactful, for that is what makes your life worth living. Number 13. Burnout is real. You need to have a sustainable plan long term. We're workaholics and we know it. We take on too many projects, we stress the hell out, and somehow we're able to figure things out and make it work. The problem is, this isn't a long-term strategy. The brighter the candle, the faster it burns out. Take care of yourself. Learn to prioritize important things. Be careful with the members of your team. Although they're strong, we're all built differently. They may not be able to keep up with your pace, and an organization is as fast as its slowest link. Some of our people are burning out, and no matter how high the financial incentive might be, they simply don't have any more gas in the tank. That's when you hire more people and focus their efforts on a sustainable trajectory. Number 14. Your team needs to know you're committed. After partnering with the investment fund for a few months, they came back with a stupid offer to leave ALUX behind and join them full-time that we mentioned earlier. In order to maintain transparency, this was a 7-figure payout on a yearly basis, guaranteed, plus stock and other ridiculous bonuses. There were some sleepless nights where we put everything into balance. ALUX is our brainchild, and we've invested so much time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point. Would a trade be worth it? After careful consideration and figuring out what we want from life in the foreseeable future, we turned their offer down. But it was important for the team here at ALUX to know what we were giving up in exchange for being here. We all have different opportunity costs. Right now, we believe ALUX has the potential to grow into a massive technology company, and we're betting millions on it. Your team needs to know that you're committed and that you're out in the front of the army leading the charge. Number 15. For 2022 to be better than 2021, you need to step up your game. Considering we've established that life is a constant game of leveling up and that we've taken on a much bigger challenge for next year, we can't be moving the same way we've been moving so far. We need to change things up. We need to go harder, better, faster, stronger. High five to those of you who caught the reference. We've challenged ourselves to think even bigger, to hire even more people and improve the value we add to our community. We are growing with the community at heart. Our mission is to help you, the ALUXers, without asking for anything in return. We're shooting for impact. Together with you guys, we're going to shake up the world and leave it better than we found it, ALUXers. And now it's your turn. What is the most valuable lesson you've learned this year? We want to learn from you as well. Plus, next Sunday, we're coming at you with the second part of this series, so don't miss it. And as for those of you, you know where we're going with all of this. Here's your bonus. Don't hang out with people who put money over everything. You get to a point where everybody around you has money, so the differentiator lies in what kind of person you are or what kind of person you want to be. Don't allow yourself to be governed by money. Don't allow money to control you and your values. In our experience, hanging out with people who only care about money is a terrible time because money has no substance. Money is merely a tool. Even though you maybe never thought about it this way, talking about money is like talking about leaf blowers. Both of them are tools and and both serve their specific purpose. Instead, look for depth in those around you. Look behind the veil and look for purpose and truth. We're tired of the theatrics of it all. Let's be freaking genuine. Tell it like it is and have a shared common base for truth. It's only then that our relationship can bloom. That's why we've taken the time to get personal with you guys, because this is what we've been going through this year, and it's important to show you that vulnerable side because nobody else is going to show it to you. If we're going to change the lives of 1 billion people through education, we can't do it alone. You're in this with us. This is our mission now. You are an ambassador for growth. Let's see how much of an impact we can make together. If you'd like to be part of our mission, please write the word IMPACT in the comments. Let's see who we can count on to show up.